Hi everyone, this is our next in our series of overpronation videos. If you've been told that you overpronate, you've probably been following along with my videos to see that there's many different ways your body tries to make a pronation for you if it's missing. And there's many reasons why you might not be able to make a good pronation. One of them was our tripod, which we did last time. And today we want to look at whether your big toe is helping you out or whether it's not helping you out. So we're going to look at a couple of different movements to see if we can get some more of your big toe helping you lift your arches up off the ground, and whether we can get your big toe to find the ground a little bit better to help get that wider tripod and also get some movement into your leg. So we want the movement of your foot to translate up into some movements in your leg, so we want to check that out today. So I'm going to be starting off with just simply noticing what's going on with your feet. So just standing normally, I'm going to lift all of the toes up on this side. And first off, we just want to notice whether you can lift your toes up at all. Lifting your toes up off the ground is an important component of being able to find the tripod under the big toe and little toe, and being able to get all of the movements going on in your foot that we would like to see. So if you're in a position where your arches are permanently dropped down to the ground, it's going to be really hard for me to lift my toes up off the ground. So we want to be able to balance out that tripod first, that previous video, and then being able to find a way to lift all of your toes up off the ground and be able to give you back some of that motion. So if I look side on, you can see that when I lift my toes up off the ground, there's a movement in my arch. You can see all the movements happening throughout here, which means my feet are having movements, the joints are moving, the tissues are getting some new experiences, and we're able to get the motions that we want to get throughout your legs. So what we want to do is to start giving some more movement back to your big toe to be able to get some of these chain of command movements going on throughout your body. So I'm going to use a wedge, but you can use a towel or anything that you can put in back there. First off, we want to talk more about that tripod feeling underneath your big toe. So if you put a wedge underneath the ball of your big toe and then go trying to lift your toes up off the ground, you may find that it might be easier to do that. That you might get some more freedom, some more range of motion, and that you might find that there's some more movement going on in your feet. Maybe some of the tissues in the different parts of your leg will start to wake up. You'll start noticing them. And simply giving the feedback to the ball of your big toe to being able to find the ground via that tripod that you're creating for it can give it the freedom that it might be missing. So trying that out, looking in different directions and seeing that wedging that big toe can help me with that arch lifting up off the ground. You can see as well that that causes my weight to shift backwards. You can see how my weight is just naturally going backwards as a result of the movements in all of the joints in my foot facilitated by me asking my arches to lift up without me going, how would I lift my arches up? Just simply by lifting your toes. Now, if you're having trouble with lifting your big toes off the ground, we can give them a little bit of an assist. So if you put a wedge in from the front, so not all the way down onto the ball of the foot, but just simply underneath the toe itself, that's sort of starting the process so you get a little bit of a head start. And so that can help you begin the process of lifting your big toe up off the ground, all of your toes, by giving you something as a head start so that your body goes, oh, this way, in this direction. So if you're having trouble lifting your toe up off the ground, just start off first here with being able to give it a head start to lifting up off the ground. You can also put some feedback in underneath, so we can do both exercises together. Put some feedback in under here to also give you a tripod at the same time. So play around with both of those ideas. Now we would like to be able to do that on both legs, but of course for the interests of time, we're just going to do on the one side, but do that on both sides. It can be quite illuminating to find that there's certain things that may not be moving in certain parts of your body that you weren't aware of. So go ahead and give that a try. That's another of our series on overpronation, some things that may not be happening in your body that we may call an overpronation. In fact, it's being stuck in a certain position, not being able to pronate well, creating a pronation by doing something else funky in your body, or simply not being able to lift your arches up off the ground. So keep watching this series. Next week we're going to continue on with more exercises to help with your overpronation. We'll see you then.